Hello everyone, my name is Miss Gillin and today I'm going to talk you through the Prelude by William Wordsworth. So, to start us off, I would like you to have a look at these three images and think about what emotion links them. So a few moments to think about what emotion links these three images. So you should all have an answer by now. If you came up with the emotion of guilt or shame, well done. These are going to be emotions that dominate the poem that we are looking at today. So what I would like you to do is firstly listen to the poem. You can do this by clicking on the link on the right hand side and following it to YouTube. It might be helpful when you are listening to the poem to have a look at the image on the left and think about how does this image capture the narrator's experience. So firstly, listening to the poem. Right everybody, welcome back. So what I would like you to do now is to read the poem. You can do this in your head or by doing it out loud and thinking about what questions do you have as you are reading, what words interest you, and what themes are beginning to emerge. So, what is this poem about? Okay, this poem is about Wordsworth reflecting on a childhood incident when he came across a boat, took it and rowed it into the lake at night, noting the beauty of his surroundings. As a boy, he was pleased with his rowing skills and describes how he fixes his sight on the craggy ridge in the distance. A peak behind the ridge appears suddenly and unexpectedly, frightening him. It seems to chase him for stealing the boat. Scared, he turns the boat around and returns it to its mooring. He's haunted by the experience afterwards, unable to recall any pleasant details of his trip and unable to comprehend the power of nature. So, what you need to do now is to click on the link and listen to Mrs. Lily annotating the poem in more detail. You can keep pausing the video as you watch it so you can annotate the poem alongside Mrs. Lily. Right everybody, what I would like you to do now is a 12-minute challenge. Within this 12-minute challenge, you have 6 tasks. So, number 1, knowledge. Select what you think is the most important quotation in the poem. Number 2, comprehension. Express how the poem makes the reader feel about war and conflict. Number 3, sketch an image that you feel best represents the tone of the poem. If you're not a confident drawer, you can find an image online that best represents the tone of the prelude. Number 4 is analysis. Think about and explain the underlying message of the poem and what is being said about war and conflict. Number 5, think about if you were the poet, what alternative title would you give this poem? And number 6, evaluation. Summarise what this poem tells us about the poet's attitude towards nature. So guys, now that you have your annotations and you have completed your 12-minute challenge, what I would like you to do is have a read of these 3 statements and think about which statement do you agree with. So, number 1, the poem is about nature and conflict because Wordsworth presents nature as powerful, confrontational, and frightening as well as nurturing and beautiful. Number 2, the poem looks at power and conflict from the perspective of the moral lesson that can be learned from committing an act that is wrong. Number 3, this poem shows the writer's first experience of internal moral conflict, temptation versus conscience. This is an important part of leaving behind the innocence of childhood, but it is not entirely a positive experience. So have a read of these 3 statements, think about which one you agree with, choose one, and write a short paragraph explaining why. So finally, if you are ambitious for a higher grade, here is a short video of some people discussing the Prelude. Watch this clip and add their thoughts to your notes. Well done everyone, thank you.